Welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans weekly podcast. We are your favorite Tennessee Titans analyst, Lorenzo the Hawk.
Down in the house.
Yes, sir. We're here. As you all know, the Tennessee Titans season is over. We bleed cold blue all day, but hey, the season keeps going on. Both of us know a lot about the NFL, man, on every single team. So we're going to bring it to you now as far as the Wildcard Playoff weekend. Welcome to the show, our first live show at that as well.
Right.
Welcome. Yes, sir. So first what we're going to do, man, we're going to go over the predictions of the NFL playoffs this weekend. I'm going to give you my take. Jacques is going to give you his take, man. Hey, we're here, folks.
Yep. Playoff time, baby. Let's go.
Thank you again to all the subscribers, man, joining in on our live show, man. Hey, this is fun, man. If you guys would know before the show how much we talk about the Titans, man, in the NFL, we could have a 10-hour special, honestly.
Right.
But we're going to break it down to y'all, man, and let's do it. Let's go.
All
right, so the first game that we have the third seed, Houston Texans, versus the Indianapolis Colts, who's the sixth seed. Man, what a game.
Bittersweet. That's actually a good game, man.
It is, man. It is.
It's a real good game. I wish it was the Titans.
Yep.
And the Texans, but, I mean, they represent the South, so.
That's right, dude.
What you got to say?
Absolutely. So, for me, I do think, I think Indianapolis will go to Houston and will come away with the victory. I think it's going to be a bad matchup for Houston. I know they split the season this year as well. But when I look at the Colts, I look at a few things. I look at 2 points as to how they could beat the Houston Texans. One, you can challenge the Houston defensive backs, right? Houston DBs, I mean, you got J.J. Watt on the D-line. You got Jadeveon Clowney. You got Cunningham at linebacker. I mean, those guys are pretty stacked there. But you look at their DBs. You got Kareem Jackson. And you got Jonathan Joseph. Both of those guys are as old as I am, right? Still on the field. So they could be challenged. Houston is number 28 in the league in pass defense. You don't think Andrew Luck knows that? You don't think he's licking his chops like, oh, yeah, it's game time? You don't think T.Y. is sitting there doing this?
Yep.
Pass against Houston. Next, when you look at Houston, Demaryius Thomas is out for the season. They only got DeAndre Hopkins, who's the best receiver in the league, if you ask me. Double team D-Hop. Make it hard for him to get off the line of scrimmage. You got the receivers Kiki Cote and Vincent Smith. Those guys are regular dudes,
you be
right?
like, who?
Exactly. I forgot their names just now, to be honest. I hope I said it right? But they got D-Hop, double team D-Hop. That's going to give them a lot of problems, man.
Absolutely. Man, same thing. When it comes down to this game, like you said, man, the only defensively, they got, like you said, J.J. Clowney. Secondary, then they do got Tyrann Mathieu.
They do.
And I'm going to give them that. That's probably about their best person in their secondary.
Right.
But honestly, man, the Colts are going to go in there. Andrew Luck's going to do his thing. He's going to throw on them. In the offensive line, Andrew Luck has an improved offensive line.
Sure does, man. Does.
The center, the rookie Nelson, the boy's a beast. He's a beast. So you don't think that, okay, they thinking J.J. Watt and Klein, they're like, oh, it's going to be an easy game. Not necessarily. Don't count them out yet.
Absolutely.
And then once they get protecting Luck, hey, it's a wrap. Luck is going to pick you apart.
Absolutely.
Especially with their defense. Now, of course, Luck has his receivers, T.Y. They say T.Y. is questionable, so that's another thing, too.
Wow.
So you got to rely on the run game as well, so you got to utilize the run game.
Yes, sir.
Also, defensively, the Colts contain Watson. If y'all can contain Watson, like you said, double team Hopkins, you contain Watson, double team Hopkins, you got the game.
Yes, sir.
You got the game because Miller's not going to go off. He's not going to go off. So the Colts, I believe they can actually get on a little streak and win this game. Like I can't believe I'm saying this because I'm a Titans fan.
Absolutely,
and
man.
They don't beat us 11 times.
Right.
But honestly, it would be nice to see the Texans win, but I just don't see it. Like I said, Watson is a good quarterback. Don't get me wrong.
Yes, sir.
Don't get me wrong. But he's in his early stage of he's a scrambling quarterback. He wants to run before he passes.
That's right.
So that's another thing too. And with this Colts defensively, they're not the prolific defense, but they play as a unit, and they play real good, and they can tackle.
Yes, sir.
So definitely, I can see the Colts winning the game. Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. And so for me is when I look at who could be the MVP of this game, I hate to say it, man. I have to say Andrew Luck. I do think he'll be the best player on the field. I think he'll be the big difference maker. I think he will at least have 2 or 3 touchdowns versus the Texans, and they'll come away with the victory.
Okay. My defense, I'm going Leonard, man.
Okay.
The leading tackler in the NFL, rookie, all-pro. Come on, man.
Yeah.
You think he's not about to go off? Especially how Watson runs around. He's going to contain Watson the whole game. So that's my MVP of the game is Leonard.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Definitely.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So, the second game, we have the number 4 seed, the Baltimore Ravens, versus the number 5 seed, the Los Angeles Chargers. All right? So, for me, Jacques, I think the Ravens are going to beat the Chargers, man. I do. When you look at them defensively, the Baltimore Ravens are the number 1 rated defense in the NFL. That is a problem. And as far as the Titans, we know about it because they had, 10 sacks against us in one game?
I think it was 11.
Wow, right? 11, right?
11, yeah.
And we had no points. So we know, and I was at the game. I saw it clearly with my eyes. Like Baltimore, maybe the Bears. Baltimore is the best defense in the league, and they ended up in the season number 1 overall. So the keys to beat them. Now, as you know, December 22nd, they did play. Baltimore beat the Chargers 22-10. Okay. Now, what people don't understand, the LA Chargers has a good defense. They're number 9 in the league in defense. And when you look at Derwin James, who's going to be an All-Pro as a rookie, you got Desmond King, the corner, that can be an All-Pro as well as a second-year player. Hey, the Chargers got some defensive players. Of course, Joey Bosa. Exactly. Hayward's from here, right? In Vanderbilt, right?
Yes.
So, the way to beat the LA Chargers, just like you did the last game, cause turnovers. Phillip Rivers is very opportunistic and throwing the ball all over the field. I think Baltimore runs their defense, man. Hey, turnovers will happen. And last, I do think with Phillip Rivers, you pressure Phillip Rivers. He had 2 interceptions the last time they played just a few weeks ago. Pressure Phillip Rivers, great things will happen for Baltimore.
Great minds think alike. I'm saying the Ravens going to win the second time. They're going to win because, like you said, defensively, man, the Ravens can't be stopped.
Right.
The way they pressure the quarterback, the secondary is good. Jimmy Smith, that boy Humphreys. You still have the safety back there that used to play for the Chargers, actually.
Eric Weddle.
Eric Weddle.
Absolutely.
So that defensively, man, they are powered. And when you have a good defense like that, it disguises your offense.
That's right,
So
man.
only thing that Jackson has to do is play his game. What he's been doing and how he's been winning, he's been running.
Yes, sir.
Now, like I said, that's a problem because eventually you can't survive in the NFL like that, constantly running the ball. You eventually have to sit back in the pocket and throw. But right now, if it's winning, if it's working, it's winning.
That's right, man.
Now, like you said, defensively, the Chargers have to come with a scheme to the point where they can stop Jackson. If you can stop Jackson and get him off his game, they can win the game. But at the same time, the Ravens' defense, if you can get pressure on Rivers, stop Mike Williams because you got Mike Williams and the other receiver,
Keenan Allen.
You can stop them. They have the corners to do it. Like I tell you, any perfect corner has the size, the length, and the height and the width. You good. And if you notice, Ravens cornerbacks, they're tall, lanky guys. So Jimmy Smith, man, is a beast, man. He went this past game when they played the Browns. Johnny Manziel went off on him. I mean, not Johnny Manziel. Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield went off. He went off on him. But at the same time, Jimmy had a good game. So if you can create turnovers, get pressure on Rivers, you got the game. Offensively, Jackson, play your game. Just play your game. But like I said, eventually you're gonna have to sit back and throw because every NFL team schemes against you. They didn't figure you out the first time, they will figure you out the second time.
Absolutely.
So your first instinct is to run, but you might need to sit back there and pass the ball. You got a weird little wind-up throw to them.
That's right.
Honestly, I can see the Ravens. The Ravens are winning. And if I have to say an MVP for the Ravens, I would say, honestly, it's going to be the Ravens defense. I'm giving it as a collective. The Ravens defense.
Agreed.
MVP of the game.
Absolutely. And if I took one player off the defense who I think would be the major impact in the game from an MVP standpoint, is Eric Weddle.
Yes.
The former Charger himself. He had a great game previously. He understands the dynamics of Phillip Rivers, like to throw deep. Eric Weddle will be there. He might get an interception, but he'll definitely make a lot of tackles. Absolutely.
Definitely.
All right. Next game. We have the number 4 seed, the Dallas Cowboys, playing in Dallas Stadium versus the Seattle Seahawks. I think this is going to be a great game, man.
Yeah.
2 tough teams playing against each other and when you look at Seattle, their rush defense, they're number 1 in rush offense, right? Number 1. The Dallas defense is number 7 overall in defense. So these 2 teams are going to lock with each other.
Oh, yes.
But in my opinion, I think the Dallas Cowboys will win. I think home field advantage will be a big deal for the Dallas Cowboys. I think the 2 key elements to beat the Seattle Seahawks, pass on Seattle. This isn't Legion of Boom. It's more like Legion of broom, right? The receivers can sweep them off their feet, right? So when you look at Seattle's defense, they rank number 17 overall in pass defense. Amari Cooper is about to go off, okay? So if I'm Dallas, I'm passing on them. Just that simple, right? Also as well, second point, Dak Prescott, you can't turn the football over, right? Dallas doesn't do well when they turn the ball over. For some reason, when they become dumb, they become dumber, right? So if they can keep the turnovers down, make sure to just, play your field, have Ezekiel Elliott running the football, throw it to Amari Cooper. I mean, hey, you have the medicine to beat the Seattle Seahawks. And I think Cooper will be a big deal in this game.
Right. So, hey, like I said, great minds think alike.
Yes, sir.
Dallas is going to win the game, and it's defensively, man. Jerry has built, and Jerry gets on my nerves sometimes, but he has built a good defense. He got that boy Jalen Smith from Notre Dame, and he rested him. Jalen's a beast. That Vanderhaar, he's a beast. He plays out of his mind.
He does.
The secondary is you got Jordan Lewis, you got Uzier. Good corners, man. They got that defense is the truth, man. The defensive line. They got Al Woods, man. Yeah. We had Al Woods, man.
Yeah, we sure did.
They got Al Woods and made them into something. So defensively, man, you can beat the Seahawks. And if you can take away Tyler Lockett, you can take away Baldwin, you can contain Wilson, you can do it. You can take away the run game, and Dallas can do it because they have the linebackers to fly around and go sideline to sideline. They can do it.
Absolutely.
Offensively, like you said, Prescott can't turn the ball over. And get Zeke. You get Zeke involved, get involved and stick with him. Yep. And you can throw on him too, but stick with him.
Absolutely.
It's going to be a long day for the Seahawks, man.
Absolutely.
And the defense, like you said, it's not as strong as when they had the Legion of Boom.
Right.
That was a rare secondary that you only see in like 10 or 15 years, man. You don't see that often, that core of players do that good.
That's right.
So, yeah, my predicament, and the Cowboys, in MVP of the game, on offense, it has to be Dak. You can't turn the ball over, dog. You got to have a good game. And when they played last week, man, they had a good game.
They did.
Defensively, hey, Van Hash, Jalen, hey, y'all do y'all thing, man. Sideline to sideline, get what you got going. But you put pressure on Russell, you got him.
Absolutely.
You got him.
So my MVP of the game for the Cowboys, I do think is Amari Cooper. When you look at the DBs for Seattle, Shaquille Griffin is hurt. He is to play, but he is going into the field limping. But then if I throw out names like Trey Flowers, you're like, who? When you look at Bradley McDougal, who?
Right.
What's up? The other safety, Tedrick Thompson.
Like who?
Who is that? Right. Okay. So Seattle has a lot of no names out there. Not to say they can't play ball, but man, hey, there is no Richard Sherman out there, right? There's no Cam Chancellor out there, right? Earl Thomas is throwing the middle finger still to the Seattle Seahawks, right? So Amari Cooper is about to get wild, right? About to get wild. All right. Last game. The Philadelphia Eagles, the Super Bowl champions, coming in as a 6 seed versus the 3 seed, the Chicago Bears. All right, so my prediction in this game. I think the Chicago Bears will beat the Philadelphia Eagles. They're going to play in Chicago. Now, Chicago's offense does bother me a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you, right? But their defense, wow, right? Khalil Mack is a monster. You don't think fans in Chicago are saying, hey, Gruden, we appreciate it, bro.
The stupidest trade I ever heard.
Exactly. Even Amari Cooper, right?
Stupid.
The Cowboy fans, hey, Gruden, we appreciate it, bro.
Stupid.
Right? So stupid, right? So when I look at the game, I look at the Chicago Bears. Defensively, they're ranked number 3 overall in defense, right? That's huge. Philadelphia is rated number 23 in defense, man. So when you look at this game as well, I think the key to the game is if I'm Chicago, Mitchell Trubisky, you're going to have to throw the football, man. It'll be there. Pass the ball, do some play action, throw the ball. Philadelphia is a pass rushing defense, but not a pass coverage defense. Throw the football on the outside. You know, when you look at Malcolm Jenkins, the safety, he good safety now. You know, he is pretty good. Sidney Jones on the outside as well, but Sidney Jones has had a rough season. We know that as Titans fans because we lit them up. Marcus Mariota lit them up. Throw the football. Next, when you look at it, blitz. You know, as the Bears, you know, one of the best defenses in the league, blitz the quarterback. Nick Foles is coming in. He's still kind of hot at the moment. But on their offensive line, Kelsey is their best offensive lineman. On the outside, on their tackles, that's where the Eagles are weak. Right. Blitz, blitz, blitz. Right. Put the pressure on the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Bears will come away with the victory. Right.
Shout out to my boy Gio. He's a real big Eagles fan, man, but I'm going to hate to do this to you, dude. The Bears are going to win this game.
The Bears.
Hands down, the Bears are going to win this game. Defensively, like I said, that was the stupidest thing I think John Gruden had ever did was getting rid of Khalil Mack.
Yep.
I mean, you don't get rid of your diamond, bro. That's your diamond.
Absolutely.
You don't get rid of the bank. And wait, Khalil Mack is playing. They got Roquan Smith.
Yep.
Man, their defensive line, dude, is young and it's scary, man.
DBs too, man.
The DBs, Eddie Jackson.
Yep.
Eddie Jackson.
All pro.
He played Alabama. Eddie Jackson.
Yep.
And that's because of the pressure in the front seven.
That's
when
right.
you get pressure on the quarterback, it creates turnovers.
That's right.
Creates turnovers, you get points.
That's right.
And that's the thing. And like you said, offensively, when you got a good defense, it masquerades, it covers up your offense. So your offense doesn't have to be as prolific or it doesn't have to be as pretty as it needs to be. You just have to be just efficient enough not to do nothing stupid to lose the game.
Absolutely.
And Mitchell Trubisky, he's an okay quarterback.
He is.
He's
had a good season.
Hey, and I was surprised. I doubted him when he came out of college.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, okay, Mitchell Trubisky, but he has to have a big game, man. He has to go out here and pass on them jokers because at first the Eagles secondary was strong, and they had all these injuries.
Yep.
And when they had all these injuries, the injury bug bit them.
That's right.
Man, like you said, pass on them.
That's right.
You pass on them. And Jordan Howard, he's trying to get it. He's trying to get to the point where he can run. But it's okay. But the Bears are going to win.
Yeah,
man.
I think so too.
And you got Nick Foles back there. Nick Foles knows how to sling that thing, but he's going to have to bring his A game, man. You playing a dangerous defense, man.
Absolutely.
And you don't think Khalil Lim's coming around that? Man, come on. Offensive MVPs, man. Trubisky's gonna have to have a big game, man.
Absolutely,
He's gonna have to have a big game. And I think he will. I think especially against a secondary like this.
Yep.
Defensively, Khalil Mack's gonna show out, man.
Yes, sir.
He'll probably have 2 or 3 sacks, dude.
That's
Especially
right,
and also their left tackle is injured. Philly's left tackle is injured.
Gotcha.
So and when they played the Texans, Jadeveon Clowney was having a field day.
Gotcha.
So you don't think Khalil Mack is about to have a field day?
Exactly.
Oh him? Man, get out of here. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. So those are our predictions on the NFL playoffs, man. Hey, we're looking at it as well. We have 3 out of the 4 home teams, with the 1 road team winning in the Indianapolis Colts, who we strongly feel could contend for the AFC Championship.
Which we hate to say that.
We do. We hate it. We hate it because they send us home crying, right? We hate it. We hate it, but it is what it is.
Right.
All right, so next we're going to go over who we think is going to win the college football championship, right? So we are here in Nashville. We are in SEC country, right? So that's just what we know. But it doesn't, that doesn't push us any way to make the decision. But to be honest, I still think Alabama will beat Clemson. I think that defensively, Alabama is just really good. Now, don't get me wrong now. Trevor Lawrence, who will be the first pick of the draft within the next 2 years.
Yes.
He's 6'6". He's a young Peyton Manning out there.
He's a freshman, right?
Right, yeah.
True freshman. Dude,
True freshman. 6'6", just like Peyton Manning out there.
Titans.
Yep. Hello.
Titans.
Hello. I'll put on the Trevor Lawrence jersey on right now.
I'm just saying, Titans.
Exactly. But I think defensively, Alabama just poses a lot of issues, man.
Yes.
Alabama, when you look at the run game with Clemson, that's their strength. Their running back is really good. He hits the ball a whole lot. But I think when you look at Quinn Williams and those guys on the inside, man, they're not going to let that happen. And if they dare throw the football, Alabama have the safeties deep. They have the corners on the outside. It's going to be a problem. Now, I don't think Trevor Lawrence will play a bad game because he does pose a threat in running the football. And to beat Alabama, you have to have a running quarterback. But that's not his primary. So I think that's the difference. Right. Is by Alabama beating Clemson is by keeping him in the pocket, letting him throw, and then causing havoc in the middle.
I agree. Quentin Williams, man, that young man, first pick of the draft, maybe.
Yep.
But like you said, they're not running the ball on that front
Absolutely.
seven. No, they're not throwing on them.
Nope.
They're not doing nothing on Alabama. But that quarterback that Clemson has, man.
Yeah.
Hey. It's many years. You got about 3 or 4 years in front of you, my friend.
Yes,
but let me ask you this. I've seen a lot of people say that they're tired of seeing the Alabama Crimson matchup.
Right.
Clemson rap matchup.
Yep.
How do you feel about that?
Well, I would say the same.
Yeah.
But at the same time, other universities have to step up. I mean, I don't know how, because Alabama is taking 50% of 5-star players in one recruiting class at one time. So that's going to be hard to beat that, right? But, you know, in the SEC, you have talent all over the field. Somebody's got to figure a way to sort of, you know, knock that off. Even if they expanded the playoffs, I still feel Alabama and Clemson would still be here.
Exactly.
And so, you know, it is what it is, you know.
And don't count Georgia, Notre Dame, but like you said, they got to step their game up.
Right, correct. They have a long way to go, man. Especially Notre Dame. Notre Dame is, man, I don't think they'll ever get to that point. To be honest, man. Georgia can, but Georgia's, I don't know, just snake bitten, man. I don't know what it is. You know, so you know, Texas could be on the come up. Texas A&M as well. You know, you know, schools like that, but. You know, Alabama's gonna be pretty much holding for a while.
Alabama's been holding for a while.
They have, man.
Keep, like you said, gonna keep holding.
That's
and
right.
They're gonna keep pushing out talent, man.
That's right, man.
Just know how it is. That's right.
That's right. So on this section here, man, we're gonna go with the commenter of the day. We see Classic Rod Society with the I Hate Gabbard hashtag.
Hey, day one. You've been with us day one.
Day one, bro. We appreciate it, man. Bro, lady, I have no idea, but we appreciate it. I'll tell you this. I hate Gabbard too.
Yes.
All right, can I agree? Can I click like?
Hey.
On that?
Fire Gabbard, man.
Exactly.
That's the number one thing that we need to do in the offseason, man, to see how we can ship Gabbard out of here.
Absolutely right.
If it's going against the cap, it's dead money, I'm okay with it. I'll take the hit.
Me too.
We got it. We have to get a backup quarterback.
Absolutely.
And one thing we'll do on the show, too, is draft breakdown is coming.
Yeah, it's coming.
It's coming. It's coming. I got some prospects, man. In the comment section, comment what the top 3 needs you think the Titans need,
Absolutely,
man. Because this is gonna be an interesting offseason. But I'm with you, bro.
Yep.
Gabbard has to go, man.
Yeah, man.
He has to go.
Yes,
This is trash.
Yes, sir.
Trash.
Yes, sir. Absolutely, man. So, well, folks, this is the show, the live podcast, our very first one, completely live, man. We appreciate those, man, that are watching at this time. You can subscribe to us as well. We're still Tennessee Titans Weekly to the core, but we did change the name just for right now because of the playoffs to NFL Takeover. We truly appreciate everyone joining in on the show, man. You can click like as well. You know, we here, man.
Also, I seen, hold on, Cap.
Yes.
I would take Cap.
I would too. Anybody can
take
get on the field and can help us out,
I
man.
would definitely
As
take
a backup
Cap.
quarterback, bring them in.
Yes.
Hey, bring all the competition in. See what happens, right?
Yes.
All you can do is try.
All you can do is
bring
try.
in Tyrod Taylor. Bring in Joe Flacco.
Hell, Teddy Bridgewater.
Bring them all in at the same time. Have 5 backup quarterbacks ready to roll.
I want to win.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to win.
Absolutely.
I want to win.
Absolutely. So, well, all right, man. We appreciate the followers as well, man. And till we meet again, I guess, right?
Yep, there we go.
We'll do it again next week, man. We'll have another live podcast, man. And we truly appreciate it, man.
Tighten up. Let's go.
Tighten up, baby. Yeah.